You want to intro it?
Sure. Hello. Oh, God damn you.
My phone off. I just left my ringer on. That would have been bad. Would have been unprofessional, right?
You know, this is not exactly the most professional podcast, but we make do.
Hurry up, do the fucking intro. Come on. Don't pay by the hour. Let's go.
Welcome. God damn it. Hello, all you lowly pedestrians. Welcome to the Neon Carnival podcast. I am one of two hosts. Andy, that's my name, and I'm here.
Crazy.
And I'm here with the other half, I guess.
I'm the other host. The other half of this disgusting Cronenberg monster.
You're like a quarter. Keith. You're just a quarter of a person, but yeah.
I'm the size of a quarter. I'm a very small man.
Like just a penny.
Very eensy teensy. Not that small, you know.
Not a penny small?
Not a penny small, more a quarter small. Maybe a little bigger than a quarter some days if I'm feeling really good about myself.
Remember how fucking pointless pennies were? Remember how they got, in Canada at least, they discontinued them. Remember that?
It's still useless in every other country. Yeah, penny costs 5 cents to make in Canada.
That's funny, huh?
And a penny's worth 1 cent. So technically the penny was putting the country in debt. So they just stopped using them and phased them out of the economy. Sorry, of the the commerce space. And the US still makes them, and they're still just as useless in the US, but I don't think they really figured that part out yet. So not saying Canada's a superior country, but it kind of is based on the idea of we don't have pennies.
Based on factual evidence that I currently hold in my brain.
You have a big hard brain?
Yeah, my brain's like, it's like penny size. It's about that equivalent.
Penny size? So you're like, it's like the equivalent of like a peanut brain and a T-Rex. You get like a little penny brain.
It's like the peanut in the inside, not a peanut shell. You know, it's not.
It's just one of the little nuts.
Yeah, it's like half of half the nut too.
Was that true?
What?
Is that true that T-Rexes have peanut brains? That seems like a fake
No,
thing.
that sounds like a something someone made up for a cartoon or like something stupid.
I remember I had it in like a dinosaur book.
Have you seen T-Rexes in movies? They're real smart. They don't have peanut brains. That seems like fiction. It seems like something fucking Mel Gibson told everybody. And
you know what else Mel Gibson told everybody?
What did he say?
Stuff he can't say on this podcast. He told that to a couple people. He
said a lot of things. You know, Mel Gibson is like, he's just like so full of shit. Did you know that?
I hate him.
Okay, have you ever seen the movie Apocalypto?
No.
You know how? Okay, so it's basically it portrays itself as like a history piece, right?
Yeah.
Where Mayan culture, it's a movie about Mayan culture, and
I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I know where you're going with this. Yeah. Continue.
Okay. So like the movie, like the tribe that we're following is extremely primitive, and it's like the Mayans were never that primitive, and it's like basically a lot of like really big, like just historical oversights that like I'm surprised that literally anyone just didn't question them on, because they went to the country to film like on location, and just no one, not a single person was like, hey, every part of this movie is just wrong. Like at one point there's a girl with smallpox, but the Europeans didn't even, how? The Europeans didn't, the conquistadors, they didn't get there. And get this, at the end of the movie, the conquistadors do come, right? But it's the wrong culture. It was the Aztecs that were invaded by the conquistadors. It's not even the Mayans. They got it wrong. It was 600 years in the past. How'd you fuck that up? How do you fuck that up, Mel Gibson? It's like, literally open a book. Just read a book. Do anything. Watch a YouTube video. All right? Like, you just can't believe how bumfuck stupid Mel Gibson is.
Well, I mean, can you really expect anything more from a guy who is not only a racist, but a sexist a homophobe, an alcoholic, and also a guy who describes himself as ultra conservative, according to his Wikipedia page. Which is basically just like far right.
He leveled up from conservative to just ultra conservative.
Yeah, ultra conservative.
You got the elite status.
Ultra conservative is like, let me see what it says. No, it just goes to regular conservative. Basically, he's just like far right. He's fucking. You see, the thing is, I don't like him. I think he's a bad director and not a good actor. But he's in the Mad Max movies, and I really like all of the Mad Max movies so much that I have a box set and little tiny prints of all of the movie posters.
Well, he didn't have much to do with the movies themselves. He was just in them, you know?
He was in them because that was his first time acting too. Like, he isn't a good actor in any of the movies, and the movies know that. Like, George Miller knew that. He's just a cool dude that is basically the equivalent of a silent video game protagonist. He's an
80s character.
Way for the viewer to relate to the story. So he's there, he's an idiot, everyone explains everything to him, so the viewer can get all that information for themselves. He's just like, he's fucking useless in the movie. That's why I remember my mom saw the new Mad Max and was complaining about Tom Hardy being just useless in the plot of Fury Road. I'm like, that's the point of Mad Max. He's the viewer. He's not supposed to do anything but pay attention to what everyone else is saying and then fight some stuff sometimes.
He's very quiet, you know.
Anyway,
he does Tom Hardy things.
Everybody.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
This is a Christmas podcast.
Merry Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, you know, whatever you celebrate. If you don't celebrate anything, you know, happy December. I don't know. Hopefully it's your birthday or something, or if it's not,
hopefully it's your birthday. Yeah, it was Andy's birthday not that long ago.
Yeah, it was my birthday on the 7th. Yeah,
that's exciting. How old are you now?
Just 12 years old.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
What'd you do on your 12th birthday?
Ate birthday cake.
Vegan birthday cake?
Yeah. That's it.
How do you make a vegan birthday cake with like dirt and grass and stuff?
All right. That's just uncalled for.
How do you make a vegan birthday cake?
I've never actually made a vegan birthday cake. So
what'd you eat? How'd you eat birthday cake?
You can buy it, you bastard. It's so easy to just buy a birthday cake that's vegan. You just go to the store and you buy it.
I wonder what they use. A vegan birthday cake.
Love, spit, and blood.
That's not vegan. Two of those things are vegan.
Well, I guess if you consider humans animals, which I do.
If you eat humans, is eating humans vegan technically? Because they're not an animal; they're human.
No, I consider our species animal. Fuck you know. Have you seen
it
us?
Bestiality to have sex?
Yeah, and we're all furries.
That's why I'm a voluntary celibate, not an incel, a vincel.
A vincel, wow.
A vincel. I think that humans are animals and all sex is bestiality. Bestiality is wrong, so
Dude, we should bump chastity belts.
Bum chastity belts?
Bump. Just, you know, give a little love tap on our chastity belts.
We should make some branded chastity belts. Neon Carnival chastity belts.
Oh, dude.
I wonder if you can do that. I'm gonna look that up while you segue into the next topic that I don't know. I don't know what the topics are gonna be today, so
we're gonna sell another part of the chastity belt, which is just gonna be like a little lock. You can it's just a little lock. It's gonna have a little Neon Carnival logo on it, and you can give that to your significant other for, you know, just
fuck
that raunchy evening. You guys wanna you know, practice. You know, you and your significant other. You could read the Bible, maybe, segue into talking about the apostles. Maybe, you know, smell some frankincense, maybe, you know, some myrrh.
You know, you're getting pretty religious right now. You're getting pretty religious.
Hey,
this is a non-religious
it's
podcast.
The holidays, you know, it's the baby Jesus was born, or, you know, whoever, I don't know, someone was born.
Some dude dumped a baby.
I was born in December.
And he got eaten by a pig, dude. That's what happened. That's what really happened.
Is that really what happened? Didn't Mother Mary, she went to an inn or some shit?
Dude, you get so fucking infected if you gave birth in a fucking barn. That shit's nasty. Also, on the topic of the chastity belts, yes, AliExpress will make you a custom chastity belt.
Oh.
And
dude.
we can get them engraved.
AliExpress will just do anything, won't they?
For the low price of around $60, we can get a custom pink or blue chastity belt.
$60 per
chastity belt.
Wow, that is the deal. That's
not counting the engraving. That might be extra.
So if we sell them for $70 a piece, we'll be making profit.
Well, yeah. Assuming we don't have to pay for shipping to people.
Okay, if we sell them for $200 a pop, we'll be making profit, guaranteed.
God, I thought chastity belts would look a lot nicer than these, but these look pretty uncomfortable.
Do you get the key as well, or is it like?
Yeah, you get the key. It comes with a little tiny lock too.
Oh wow.
A couple locks.
Oh wow,
that's nice. There's ones for the penis and the vagina. I won't say male and female because males and females can have either genitals. That's a controversial opinion.
It's not really.
Fight me on Twitter.
It is. No, I don't know. Listen,
it's not a controversial opinion.
Not. You're right. It's not controversial.
Just like we're saying happy holidays, we're not using Starbucks red cups. Fuck Christmas.
That's exactly what we're saying. I haven't had Starbucks in at least a couple months.
At least a couple months.
At least a couple months.
I haven't had Starbucks in 2 days. No, I haven't had Starbucks since last month, actually.
Oh.
Yeah. Wow. We're anti-Starbucks on this podcast.
Fuck the red cups. Fuck the corporation. Eat the rich. Listen.
But that's not vegan.
That's not vegan.
Can't eat the rich. That's not vegan.
You can have other people eat the rich, and you just stand there and watch. It's like the same effect. It's like close, right? It's like you don't have to go there, but you're basically there, so it's like it's not too bad.
Might as well just commit.
I guess commit. You might as well.
Anyway, let's go back to Christmas or holidays in general.
Back onto the chastity belts. If you guys are interested in that sort of thing, maybe we'll do a little test run. We'll give out 5. Just 5 chastity belts for a low price of maybe $150, maybe a couple. We'll bring it down.
People are gonna fucking eat you, and people are gonna eat you now. You're trying to get rich.
We'll negotiate the price a little bit, depending on how much dough you want to shell out and how many shekels you want this holiday season. Whatever you want, the world's your oyster. We're your servants. We're like the apostles. If you think about it, we're spreading the good word of the Lord. Jesus was born in a manger. Anyways, the Game Awards. How about those Game Awards?
Yeah, that's Christmas related.
It's close, right?
We watched the Game Awards. They were good.
Not together though, but we did watch it.
No, we watched them on separate ends of the earth. On my television in my living room with my cat.
I was tugging my little perk one, just watching the Game Awards.
You like Geoff Kneely? He's got a really nice face.
Really, really like when fucking Tyler Ninja Blevins came on screen.
I'm pretty sure my girlfriend booed him when they called his name up.
I think
he came on with a fucking camo tux. How?
Okay.
That's worse than the dudes that came in there with jeans and a shitty graphic T-shirt and Skechers.
I'm surprised. Kelsey actually booed because I just full on spit at my monitor.
I spit.
I hugged the loogie. I was really upset.
There was a few questionable decisions made at the Game Awards. First one was when they had the Muppets meme before the game. The Muppets meme was great. I laughed, but also after the joke ran 2 times, I'm just thinking this is for the Games for Impact Award, games that are progressive.
Okay.
Dealing with social issues. And I was like, this is bad timing all around.
Can I mention again, they did that again, but right before they announced Green Day. Right before Green Day came on stage, they're like, oh, I want to do more for, Games for Impact. He got all somber for a moment. And then he just went right back up to his bubbly personality. He's like, and next up, Green Day. And they just came on stage, and I just wow, that is a transition that he.
Here's the problem that I think they had that a lot of people are pointing out. Last year's Game Awards were an hour shorter than this year's. This year was 3. I think last year's was only 2. People had a problem with how short they were last year because it felt too rushed. So this year they had it for 3 hours. But they didn't have any more content than they usually do, so it felt like they just had to shove shit in there to like fill up time. And then when they got too busy, they're like, oh shit, you kind of just had to like jump through a few things. Like when Green Day only had 2 songs, I was like, what the fuck? What? Usually a set is like a small set is 3 songs.
Right.
So they just played 2 and then they walked off. And I was like, what?
Here's how I think they fix this, right? You know the subcategories for like the winner or like the you know like best indie or best whatever. They just announce them like fucking nothing, and then they just announce the winner. Like it basically means nothing. Do they even win anything? Like does anything even happen?
The best performance I thought they would have had, but no. I mean,
Mads Mikkelsen, by the way.
Mads Mikkelsen,
not Mikkelsen. It's Mikkelsen.
I've never heard anyone say
anyone say Mikkelsen.
So Mikkelsen, he got the award. He just made a tweet. I don't know if he got a trophy or not. I'd be interested to see if they would ship them to them, but I have no idea. Because even with the shitty small awards and like the Oscars, they kind of just hand them out like candy and then you give a 30-second speech and then fuck off.
I feel like,
I was like
if they lowered the amount of like the subcategories and then just like picked and chose like best performance, if there was like a need for it, I know not a lot of celebrities are a part of video games, but at the same time,
well, even with best performance, the nominees for best performance weren't all big actors. There was a couple smaller names in there.
Right.
I think the biggest not celebrity in the Game Awards for best performance was Ashley Birch, just because she's like basically the female Troy Baker and Nolan North at this point. She's in everything.
Right.
Which good on her.
Yeah.
I think she's a good actor. I watched her TV show or her web show with her brother. Made me kind of sad that he got fired from Gearbox, but
get Randy Pitchford,
Yeah, he didn't like Randy Pitchford. I think he works for like some Texas-based developer. Anyway,
fuck Randy
off topic.
Pitchford. Yeah, continue.
Fuck Randy Pitchford. I'm glad Borderlands won 0 awards this year. That was the only thing I was hoping that they wouldn't win anything. And I was really disappointed that Call of Duty Mobile won Best Mobile Game.
I am surprised.
But I also realized that China can vote.
I am surprised that Raid Shadow Legends didn't win Best Mobile Game of the Year. Off topic.
Best forced advertisement, unskippable ad before a YouTube video goes to Raid Shadow Legends.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Okay, fucking the one thing, the commercial breaks were funny because there were some really bad ads.
Yeah,
the Google Stadia ads were just a really bad idea.
Real rough.
Because they're catering to the wrong demographic of these are people that Google Stadia was a horrible idea.
Elon Musk is in the crowd. He fucking plays Bloodborne. I'm pretty sure he did clown on Stadia, but I don't know.
I think everyone in that theater except for Geoff Kneely has clowned on Stadia at one point or another.
I thought it was Geoff Keighley. You're saying Geoff Kneely, but it sounds kind of like he's kneeling.
Geoff Kneely.
Geoff Kneely kneels down and
he kneels before Hideo Kojima and says, "Please, Kojima-san, let me in your game."
he let him win that, and he let him win that award.
That's the thing. A lot of people are okay. Yeah, I also think that all the winners, well deserved. I still haven't played Disco Elysium, but I am really wanting to play it now even more than ever. It's been in my watch list since it came out.
It looks good.
It's just it's a $40 game, which for me is an odd price point to pay for an indie title, because
it's like
for a big AAA game, I'm fine with spending the 70 Canadian dollars on a like 60 to 80 hour experience. On an indie game, I'm fine with paying $20 to $30 for like a 20 to or less hour experience, but $40 is just a weird price point for me.
Right.
And I haven't seen anything about the game.
It's like double A. It's like a double A game. I'd say it's like in between,
It's a first title from the studio though, I think.
Okay.
Anyway, obviously it's good. I'm gonna play it.
They got some awards. Yeah. There's apparently a very, very elaborate Easter egg in the game. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. It's funny. I guess.
Are you bothered that Death Stranding won 3 awards?
I am not, because honestly, Hideo Kojima deserves it. He deserves some recognition for all the work he's done.
I think he deserved most of the awards that he got. I'm like, okay. I'm sure they're all right. Like best audio design, did not think Death Stranding deserved it because their audio design was solid but not great. I was surprised that Call of Duty won it, but not upset, because Modern Warfare has absolutely amazing sound design for firearms, and their team is extremely talented. Good on them. I don't care that they're part of Activision. They're still good, talented people.
I'm surprised.
Just Cause 4 had great sound design, and they had a shit game. So
that was sad. That was sad. I was actually excited for Just Cause 2. Or Just Cause 4. But
Just Cause 4 too.
I was surprised that Hideo Kojima didn't win like most credited like creator. He credited himself so many times. Like it's just like
there's credits in that game like 3 times. And what's funny is that at the end of the final credit scene, where it's just the scrolling credits, it stops on his name.
Oh my god.
And then it ends, and I thought it was just fucking hilarious.
In case you forgot who made the game, or who directed a bunch of people to make the game. In case you forgot, which I'm sure you didn't by fucking like, I don't know, 200 hours in.
Death Stranding, a Hideo Kojima game.
It's on the fucking box cover.
Created by Hideo Kojima, directed by Hideo Kojima, scenario writing by Hideo Kojima, special guest appearance, Hideo Kojima as a BT.
Food cooked by Hideo Kojima.
Monster Energy by Hideo Kojima.
Yeah.
Just like a good game though.
I've never played it. You have? You've played Sekiro, a lot of it?
I played it. I'm almost 100% it. I played Control, 100%ed it. I'm glad they won Best Art Design. I didn't vote for them. I voted for Gris, which I also played.
Yeah.
Voted for that for Games for Impact. Thought it was fantastic. All the other games looked great. The problem was so many of the games that came out this year were complete like sleeper hits that got no market or no press coverage. So I could never, the only games I heard of that came out were Untitled Goose Game that I didn't play, Disco Elysium that I didn't play, and obviously the AAA games like Sekiro. I didn't pick it up because I was worried about it being good. Then it was really good, but then I missed like the wave of buying it and playing it. I forgot about it. And like Smash, but that came out last year, so it's kind of cheating. Also, no one fucking talks about how Nintendo, even though people are complaining that Death Stranding got nominations in almost every category, Nintendo had nominations in pretty much every category. They had like a dozen games nominated this year. Like every family game was a Nintendo game. Like what the fuck?
Well, Nintendo's the only one that makes family games nowadays.
That's not true. Last year Ubisoft won Best Family Game.
For what? What would they make?
It was like
the Raving Rabbids?
No, it was like Best Family Game 2018.
Raving Rabbids? What is it? Is that what it's called?
Well, yeah, they went for that too.
Yeah. Best
Family Game. Maybe it wasn't Ubisoft. Starlink Battle for Atlas. Did that win?
I don't think that.
Yeah, that was Ubisoft.
I don't think anyone
nominated.
Remember that game.
Overcooked 2 was there last year.
All right.
There's a couple family games. I'd say Duck Game was a family game. Duck Game is wholesome.
I don't know who the fuck would play that with their hand. I mean, I know people will.
Quick interjection from post-production Keith. I meant to say Untitled Goose Game, but for some reason I kept saying fucking Duck Game because that game's also pretty good, but definitely not the same game at all. Anyway, back to the podcast. I would make my kid play Duck Game. I wish that Beaker was actually in Duck Game. When I saw that, I thought that was going to be like a reveal for like a free character, like, you know, DLC, but it wasn't. It was just
in engine. They made that.
I know. That's why I was fucking bothered. I'd love to play as Beaker. That'd be fucking hilarious.
I actually don't know where Beaker's from, to be honest.
He's from Jim Henson's Muppets.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
Those are the Muppets.
Oh shit! See, I thought they were like separate from the Muppets. First, I didn't know anything about them.
There's like a million Muppets, dude. There's like a billion of them.
Who needs Muppets, huh? I need them. Disney
makes some money, and Warner Media needs them for, or maybe I don't know who the fuck owns Sesame Street. Anyway, Game Awards, good.
I actually thought
what was your game of the year? Oh, what do you think? What do you think there was?
There's way too many fucking breaks. Like every like announcement and like category, like that was like, or like winner award or whatever. Just like every 5 minutes there was like a break for like 3 hours. I swear to God, it was like it just kept the breaks. The ads kept on coming. It was just like over and over and over again.
They gotta make that money, dude. They gotta pay everyone that showed up.
It was this thing. Eventually, they just replayed the same ads, and I was like, could you not?
The commercial breaks were pretty bad. Yeah, there was a really shitty mobile game commercial. Did you see? You got the same ones, right? Yeah,
yes,
it's fucking awful.
Yes, it was like the fucking Kevin McCloud, like Hall the Mountain King one, right?
Yeah, that one. That was fucking awful.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was fucking running on like 10 frames per second. Most of the games are running at like 10 frames per second. I don't know what the hell's happening.
You'd think if you paid that much money for an ad spot that you'd at least have a good trailer to show. Then the one thing that I was kind of thought was shitty. There's a couple, like the Amazon game trailer was shit. The game also looks very questionable. I saw today it was getting lots of controversy about basically just being like a thinly veiled game about colonialism.
That's fun.
By replacing, Aboriginal people with zombies, which I'm like, ooh, that's not a good look. The game looked like shit to begin with, and I got an audible chuckle from Kelsey when she realized it was made by Amazon, and it did for me too, because
Jeff Bezos, huh?
They're just trying to fucking stick their grubby little fingers in every single thing, and they're not doing a very good job at a lot of it. Anyways.
Just why?
There's some shitty mobile games. The fucking Fast and the Furious game was disgusting.
That was a mobile game too, right?
No, it's a console release.
I know it's an actual. It
looks like a mobile game. The two League of Legends games that got like just concept art trailers and saying it's being made. What was the point of that? People already knew it's being made. There's some really, I don't know.
I'm excited for them, but like, there's nothing that was shown.
There's also a bunch of Magic the Gathering. The Magic the Gathering MMO trailer I called and I thought it was good. I saw it, I was like, that's gonna be Magic the Gathering MMO, and I was like, yeah.
Hellblade 2 looked cool.
Hellblade 2, dude, fucking, I saw people making fun of the new Xbox. I think, apart from the name,
Series X,
I want to get the new Xbox over the PlayStation. Because so far, it's shown one original title that is more interesting than anything Sony's been announcing for their console yet. Because I know the first 3 titles for the PS5 are going to be remasters of Death Stranding, Last of Us 2, and Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, or Ghost of Sushi.
That's racist. I feel like it's racist.
Sushi is in Tsushima.
Tsushima?
So it goes to Tsushima.
Tsukishima.
Anyway, there's remasters of those, and probably Days Gone, and probably Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't give a fuck. Hellblade was one of the best games I played in 2018, and I was so hyped when I saw the trailer for it, and the Xbox One X actually looks fucking sick. I will say that it is. I want to see how big it is, because it looks inconveniently large, but the shit that they've already announced about it, it's fully backwards compatible with every single Xbox One game. Immediate, like, +1. It works with every single Xbox One accessory. So that's one, good for the environment. They don't need to make new controllers and all that shit. Plus, if you already have an Xbox controller and all that, you can just use them on your One, Series X. So that's great. It looks chunky, but I'm sure it's just like the 360 where you can flop it on the side if you want to. But I'm glad it's chunky because I'm sure it has great ventilation and really strong, because they say that new consoles can have ray tracing support. So I'm interested. As long as there's a Halo. Halo Infinite's probably going to come out for the Xbox One X or Series X.
Master Chef.
Like, I'll buy an Xbox. I prefer Xbox over PlayStation as like a console and the controller, but the exclusives are PS4 beat Xbox in every single way, and that's why I have a PS4 right now.
It's true. Yeah, that's what happened with the 360. Like, 360 was my console of choice. It was, in my opinion, way better than the PS3.
Yeah. And all the exclusives of the One were either bad or just came to PC the next year. Like Rise, Son of Rome came to PC.
Rough year for
Sunset Overdrive came to PC. Fucking Halo came to PC. There's no reason to buy an Xbox One anymore. All the good games are gone. It's nice because Game Pass has all the good games now for $1 a month. Is it $1 a month, or is it?
That's actually a good move for them. They really sold me on that. The Game Pass.
Spencer, I respect you. You're like the white Reggie now. You just.
He kind of looks like a little goblin, but
he's got a funny face, but he's a nice guy. He's really trying. Also, Xbox is like the only console that's making controllers for people with like disabilities, which is really nice.
Which is surprising. Very surprising.
I think Xbox realizes that it can't compete with Sony's buying power and just buying every single successful studio and making them make exclusives for them. So they're like, why don't we just appeal to everyone? And so like, we're not trying to sell them on good games. We're just trying to sell them on like a good platform that's very accessible, which the Series X is accessible. You don't need to buy in all the new accessories. You can use the new customizable disability controller. I don't know what it's called. It doesn't have a fucking Kinect, and you can use Game Pass on it.
True.
It's like, there you go. The only problem is that when you ask your mom for an Xbox Series X, she's probably going to get you a fucking One X, and you're going to be like, oh, fuck, Mom, we already got that. And then she's like, oh, silly me. And then you beat your fucking mom over the head with your Xbox. I think someone actually did that. That's a bad joke to make. I'm pretty sure someone killed someone with an Xbox before. Let me look that up.
That doesn't sound real. You're gonna look that up right now? Okay. It doesn't sound real. I think on that note, maybe it's time to hit the hay for.
No, we gotta talk about Christmas. We didn't talk about any Christmas shit other than Jesus Christ. What's your favorite?
Who cares about Christmas?
What's the best story of you sitting on Santa Claus's lap right now? Did you ever sit on his lap when you were a kid?
I think I did actually once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I looked at him, and I didn't know what was happening. I think I asked for, I had a huge list. I remember when I was a child, I used to just make lists of things I wanted, and most at one point I didn't realize that one of the things I wanted was just a Flash game on Newgrounds. I didn't know why I wanted it. I didn't know how to play it. It looked cool. I'm like, oh, it looks like a cool first person shooter, but it turns out it was a fake game that just never existed. I kept seeing ads for it. I'm like, I want to play that, and it just never showed. Nothing ever came of it, I used to just make lists, and then I never one year I remember I was like, fuck Santa, because I never got a single thing on my goddamn list, and I hated him.
What do you think is it ethical to put your kid on an old man's lap who is in a position of power as an inhuman being known as Santa Claus? You think that's fucked up?
No, it's not humane. I think the only way it can be is if Santa has a thick layer of clothes and blankets on his lap where kids will be sitting, so he has no skin contact.
I know that Santa Claus in the mall in my town is a very nice. One of them is a very, very nice man. My friend's band did a photo shoot with him for their Christmas album, and someone else I knew knows him in real life. He's a great guy, but imagine the fortitude you'd have to do. I mean, that's probably why they're old men, because they can't get boners. Imagine getting an accidental boner while you're a fucking mall Santa.
Oh no!
Oh fuck, that'd be bad.
I can only hope it's accidental. That's why
they get old dudes
right?
who can't get their dick up, so they can't have those accidental boners on some kid wiggles around too much on your lap, and you're like, uh-oh.
If you want to get him, I was gonna make a joke. I probably shouldn't, so I'm not going to.
We'll say it and we'll bleep it out.
We'll say it and we'll bleep it. If you want to get him fired, you just slip a little Viagra into his coffee.
We can impale some child on a mall Santa boner.
Oh god.
So an update on the story, but I couldn't find it. The story I'm thinking of is a dude beat his girlfriend over the head, didn't kill her, but just hit her over the head with his Xbox in an argument. Then I see another one of the top ones is a fake news story about an Xbox One ejecting a disc so hard that it sliced a kid's throat open. but it's a fake story. Wasn't real.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
It's like a Final Destination meme. Anyway, yeah. Closing best Christmas movies are Die Hard and Alien. Die Hard. Alien is because it came out around
Alien?
Christmas. That counts. That
That's
came
not
out
fucking,
Christmas
that's
season.
That's bullshit.
The runner-up is Die Hard because.
All right, whatever. Fucking.
Tell me about Andy
Cranks.
likes Christmas of the Cranks. Why do you like
the Santa Claus?
So what do you like about Christmas of the Cranks?
I don't. It's something about him that just resonates with me. You know, white,
Yeah.
racist.
He's a funny laugh. Yeah.
He's good.
You ever watch Home Improvement?
Yeah, it's got that. He had a Super Nintendo game. Yeah, funny coincidence. A Super Nintendo game based on Home Improvement. He says howdy neighbor, and then that's actually Flanders from Simpsons, but you know, it's like the same shit. It's a
crossover we didn't know we needed. We need Tim Allen and Flanders. Get their own movie.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I ever told anyone this, and I guess I never really thought I needed to. But I thought Woody Allen and Tim Allen were the same person for years. Literally until this year, I found out that they were two different people. It's only because of their last names. I'm like, oh fuck, they're not the.
When you heard about person. Woody Allen diddling
but like they're
kids,
like the same in that they're white and racist.
You thought that was him. He's diddling kids.
Well, like they're like the same. Still, they're like different. They're different like people, but like they're like the same. Like again, they're like I don't know. They're like
they were the same,
but like
human being split at birth, and they grew up into two different alternate versions of the same person.
They're brothers from.
They're like Solid Snake and Liquid Snake. Solid Allen and Liquid Allen. He's got the recessive genes, Andy. Tim Allen.
Viscous Allen and Chunky Allen.
Oh fuck. Someone needs to make a spin-off of Metal Gear, but it's got Tim Allen in it.
Dude. Woody Allen looks like he has those fucking like beard
Woody Allen
goggles.
looks like Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys if he did too much meth and then lost all his weight.
And he's also racist.
I don't think Woody Allen's the racist homophobe. I think that's Tim Allen's the racist homophobe.
They're like the same. It's like they're interchangeable. You swap them out and just be like, oh, that's just
like one of those action figures you can pop
Woody
the
Allen.
heads off and swap them out to different heads. That's actually what happens.
Right.
They go home and they change their
exactly
face.
Like that. Yeah.
Come back out as two different people.
They both go, oh, you know, they just, they both celebrate Christmas the same way, which is in the woods with their friends.
They eat the blood of a firstborn child. All right, thanks for listening to this Christmas episode of a podcast. Merry holidays. Have a great winter break. We'll be back next time with a brand new episode of this podcast next Christmas. See you later.
Next Christmas.
When your hiatus.
Bye.